Hey. I'm your humble host, Fizzy and Music. And this is Urban Politics. You know what it is. I want to thank you all for liking and subscribing as you do. Please, please, if you have a chance after this video, go ahead to YouTube and like and subscribe. But right now, without further ado, I want to get into the politics of the day because there's all types of tasty and delicious politics to get into. I got my man Rick Rancizier into his house. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Beautiful Sunday.
Now, first of all, we're going to talk about he whose name shall not be mentioned, because that's the thing I like about doing this show every other week, is that things can happen, like people getting murked because of stuff that they said, and then you and then you get some time to let it marinate.
Yes.
And then come in, right? So because of the algorithm and all that stuff, we'll just talk about CK Calvin Klein, who had some things. Not Calvin Klein. Anyway, we'll talk about CK, who had some things happen to him. Now, Rick, with a delicate, with a delicate tongue and a respect and reverence for human life, give me your take on that situation, sir.
Chickens came home to roost.
Okay, Malcolm, come on now. I love that.
No, I mean it's we have a cultural issue here. It's what it pretty much lines up to. These are the tools. This is the Second Amendment we're talking about. You know, he was operating under the First Amendment. The man who got him with the Second Amendment. You know, this is
good point. Huh?
This is the environment that we're looking at, and not only that, we're engaged in we hate each other as citizens.
Yeah.
People act. You know, we're there now.
Yeah.
One side of America hates the other side of America, and it's not a color line. It's clearly.
Yeah.
You know,
Clearly,
I mean, you know, these mass shootings that these other kids are doing. It was a rock and roll concert in Vegas. It was college universities these aren't black schools. I haven't heard about HBCUs being shot up like this.
True indeed.
Which you would think, you know, that would at least have happened at this point if it was going to be purely along that line.
Yeah.
So no, this is an implosion of a cultural issue, and this is what it was going to look like. This is a culture imploding. It wasn't sustainable for long term. It was going to come to this.
Do you think? Now, first of all, I go on the record as saying that political violence is never okay. You know, you can ask Martin Luther King about political violence. You can ask JFK about political violence. All these people are dead because of political violence. More,
and they've all pointed out. They were pointing out one of the issues that we're dealing with.
Yes,
these are the tools that you hold, and they're not necessarily being held responsibly or equitably.
Yeah.
Or, you know, this is not something that everybody has a door to go do.
Yeah.
No, if we're patting people down and loading people into trucks, you know, there are communities out here that don't have the capacity to make these kind of decisions.
Yeah.
You know, just because they're already being over-policed.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hold on. You know, here's what's interesting now. You know what I'm saying? Is there something to be said for guarding your tongue? You know, because a million years ago when I was a young lad, my mom told me you have to guard your tongue. She told me, Eddie, there are people who want to kill you for things that come out of your mouth. So you have to guard your tongue. You can't just say anything that comes to your mind. And that blew me away because I was like, are you serious? If people want to kill me for what comes out of my mouth, yes, you have to guard your tongue. So what's up with that?
A time passed, I think. And when there was a time where we couldn't communicate, there were words you couldn't understand, or there was a language that we couldn't understand. Time is of the past.
Yeah.
Now that I can understand what your plight is, all it takes for me is to incorporate that into what my plight is. And now we can come to some agreement. That was the whole point of democracy, right?
Yeah.
You know, we share these ideas, we weigh them out,
and
you know, what's most equitable, what's beneficial to the majority. Unfortunately, that's not how it's being played out.
Yeah.
That's why you see a lot of Americans, again, you see the implosion.
Yeah.
You know, so we're at a, there was a time where I believe people could believe in some of the legends of America,
Yeah.
that they were possible.
Yeah.
These ideas were.
Hey, this is a great democratic experiment. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
It was a great democratic experiment, but the Democrats, there's one other party in the experiment.
Who would you?
There's one other party in the
What are you talking about?
experiment.
There's Republicans and there's Democrats. Who's the what? What are you talking about?
There's one other party in the experiments. You need, let's say, for at least 10.
Yeah.
Give me 10 parties to choose from. Give me 10 platforms to fully get behind, because that's what they're going into office to do.
Okay.
And they're obviously, they have to manage other affairs while they're there, but they get into that office because this is the thing that I'm going to definitely do.
Yeah.
And whoever has that favor should be the president for 4 years. I think that's the design, that's the idea behind it, but we don't have, options and choices are not the same thing.
Yeah.
You get to choose within your options.
Yeah, that's what George Carlin said, that we have the illusion of choice.
Yeah.
But it's not. Well, I think it's like 5 political parties, right? But we only know about like 2, maybe 3. The Independent Party,
who has the
Republican,
power to
Democrat.
get on the big stage.
Yeah.
And if they're not willing to let you on that stage, well, then you can't compete. I mean, that's why Bernie was not on the stage. Bernie would have been a president at one point, but it would have been too much of a shift for the Democratic Party to accommodate.
Yeah.
But he won it.
Yeah.
He had the popular.
He did. People love the Bernie Bros. And Bernie Sanders, his support was overwhelming. I don't know a lot of people who wanted to vote for Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of people wanting to vote for Bernie Sanders.
So it's not about the people. It's not about it's about 2 parties trying to maintain a power exchange.
Now let me bounce a conspiracy theory that I heard from a friend of mine. My boy, he watches the show too. A friend of the show, Declan. My man, he don't mind me saying his name or whatever, but here's something he told me. He said that CK had a meeting with I guess like the person who like runs Israel or something like that, and it wasn't a good meeting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you know something about that?
I saw blinks. I didn't look into it much, but yes.
Yeah.
Someone like him would have definitely said something about an issue like that, and
yeah, and that's what he was telling me. That's the words coming. He said he thinks that because he thinks this kid who was set up was probably a patsy. Because he said he thinks somebody professional did that because it looks like a professional HIT. So, it might have been something behind this meeting that he had with this individual. And he said something about this individual saying that he didn't like Charlie Kirk's attitude and that he wasn't on board with their agenda, right? So, yeah, and I was like, that's.
I mean,
gives me some more different perspective on that.
It's conspiracy, right? So
word, yeah. So,
I don't think we know enough about
Yeah.
what happened yet.
Yeah.
We need more information, then we can talk about conspiracy. But right now, it just looks like a kid went out there and did something very reckless.
Yeah.
And sensitive, because now what you're doing is you're exercising one amendment against another.
Yeah.
So it's the stage was set.
Yeah.
If CK,
there you go.
if CK was going to engage in that type of rhetoric, challenging these ideas that he was against, and I'm assuming when it came to the Israeli lobby that he was against the treatment of the
it may have
Palestinians. I'm assuming
that could have been a piece of it.
I can definitely imagine him getting some backlash out of that.
Yeah.
But again, there's a responsibility with freedom.
Yeah.
There's a responsibility with it, and when you put it out there like that and you exercise it, I mean, that's what it ends up being.
Yeah.
Especially with the rhetoric he was
espoused.
Oh my.
I agree.
And it's
that's
also
what-
ironic that he
yeah.
wasn't, what didn't happen by a minority.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
is
it didn't
very
happen
ironic.
by,
It's very ironic.
this was in-house.
That kind
in
of blew me
sense.
away too. Yeah,
You know
I
what I
was-
mean?
yeah,
And so
yeah,
that means
yeah.
that there's an implosion taking place.
Yeah.
And, stay back and watch.
Yeah, T.I. is T.I. is what a T.I. is, right? Okay, let's switch gears. What you think about just deporting people willy-nilly? Getting rid of habeas corpus.
Ooh.
Just pulling people off the street.
Ooh.
He's brown.
Ooh.
He speaks a foreign language.
ICE, yeah,
And
that's...
putting them. And then it was like, whole communities fighting against ICE or whatever. Is that a good idea or a bad idea?
Ooh, ICE in general is a bad idea.
Some of that.
We're not
Yeah.
talking. These aren't felonies, first of all, as far as I know.
Yeah, that's what.
As far as I
yeah,
know, these aren't
yeah,
felonies. So,
Yeah.
and we are also exercising a behavior that is of the worst. I think of our, if as we try to identify ourselves as civilized Americans.
Yeah. Right.
I think this is one of the worst behaviors that we have exuded as Americans in front of the world.
Yeah.
I just didn't think that we'd be seeing. I thought if we would have seen it, we would have seen it against black community. But the fact that we're seeing it being practiced so openly against,
Yeah.
other groups, all these groups, it's obviously going to end up coming back to hurt again.
Yeah.
It's a tactic that is guaranteed to implode on itself. Do I see the black community becoming part of that victimization?
Mm-hmm.
I see that opportunity. Yeah, it's definitely there. It's, live and well.
It's
Alive and
always
well.
about us.
Yeah.
It's always about us. You know what I'm saying? Even,
What can we do about it? Okay, so here's the ugliness to it, right? I heard there's a signing bonus, and then that there's on top of that, there's a nice salary tied to it. Okay, here's the ugliness to this, right? You know what I'm saying? But you can see how people are so good. I mean, imagine how they started Slave Patrol.
I agree.
Imagine that. I don't know what the bonus was, but I imagine at the time
I ain't gonna lie.
it was very attractive.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
like, hold on, look. I can be a part of ISIS. All I gotta do is pass a drug test.
Man.
And
There's a lot of jobs. There's people mad that they couldn't hire folks after that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's ICE. ICE is the biggest employer. You know what I'm saying? In the Midwest.
And that's
You know what I mean?
sad. And that's what I seen something like that. And they were saying that a lot
And
of
we've
people
normalized wearing masks in public. We've normalized. Well, at least
Yeah.
dark skin it can still be quite a threat. But no, it's an authority thing to do now to hide your identity.
Yeah.
Which in America, if you're serving the public and you're serving the public in faith, why would you need to hide your identity?
Yeah.
You should be, if you're given orders that are justified.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the military, I just went to military school, but I have a strong understanding of the value of a lawful order and not lawful order.
Yeah, lawful and unlawful order.
Because somebody can tell you to do something really mean and something cool. Doesn't mean you're obligated to do what you're being told to do. You have to understand the implications of that order.
Yeah.
There's responsibility with that. So you got a lot of people who are going to ignore the moral responsibility behind it.
Yeah.
And just I was doing what my president said I could do. Not that I think I should do it, but I could do it, so I went and did it. And it's like, to me, it's equal to doing heroin.
Yeah.
Because it's available, you're gonna try it.
Mm.
I understand. I don't want to offend anybody. Life's hard and people going through stuff, but it's illogical and it's guaranteed to implode upon its logic.
Yeah.
There's no reason there. And that's the implication of democracy, is the conversation that reaches reason.
Yeah.
That's how. That's behind science. It's all weighing what we're observing. Because you may be missing something, I may be missing something.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody might be catching something.
Yeah.
That we need to put into this equation.
Mm-hmm.
And many of the times, the economy is not the most important part of that equation. But I find people making decisions based upon not our economy, but their own personal bank account.
Yeah, they were. I don't like the fact
And that's
that
both sides of the aisle, because there's only two sides of the aisle, and that's a shame in a democracy.
Yeah, I agree. That's how that goes. All right, I'm gonna switch gears. I'm gonna go to some pop culture.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, now hold on. I know you are just a little bit younger than me, but you do get into the Wu-Tang Clan, right?
Oh yeah, I love Wu-Tang. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tony Starks.
Okay.
Did you know that he had a transgender son?
I don't want to talk about this.
Why you want to talk about this?
Wherever this is going, I don't want to talk about this. All right, that's an issue I don't have to deal with. I don't have that issue.
What is the? Can you believe it? What is that? Hold on, down here. We're about to wrap it up in a minute anyway. But before we wrap it up here, what is that? He can't even deal.
That's something I have to deal with. That is somebody else's problem. Until it's something I have to deal with, I can't relate to it. I really can't.
I wish. You know what? Next time,
I didn't have that in my family.
I'm having my audio together. We're gonna play the song. He did a diss track, but I just want to talk. Come on, and just give me your take on it.
Okay. I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't know. Okay, I can tell you. All right, my bad. I didn't let you finish the question. My bad. Yeah.
He did a diss track against his father.
Okay.
Tony Stark. Why you laughing? Listen. Listen. Hey, the song wasn't bad.
Okay.
I didn't hate it.
Okay.
My whole thing is, why are you dissing your father? He's a legend. And I guess in the song I think he was saying he didn't feel accepted or what. I don't know. I couldn't get the gist.
Okay. I want to make sure I understand this. I want to make sure I'm putting all the information. His transgender son wrote a song.
Yes.
Dissing his dad.
Yes. Get in the shot, man. You out the shot. Get in the shot and talk about this, right? Don't get out. Thank you, sir. Mm-hmm.
Ah, man. That's a doozy. So that's two things, right? I'm going to call it this. I'm going to put it like this. That's a doozy. That's two things. One, it's a private conversation, right?
I thought the same thing.
That is a
okay, I agree.
There's clearly some anger there. Okay, there's clearly some anger somewhere there, particularly with father and son. I think that needs to be held closed doors. Behind closed doors.
When we get out, I'm gonna play it for when we get off thing with no. Easy at it. No,
I get it. I get it.
I'm gonna play it for you. When we get off camera.
I get it. On the other hand, here's the other side of it, right? The kid grew up he had an artist as a father.
Yeah, a legend as a father.
He wanted to benefit. He has a door to benefit from his artistry, and he has the right to use that door to benefit from that artistry.
I like that take on it. I agree.
Yeah.
Like I said,
never mind. He was gonna take it in a better. You just keep.
No, that was good. You silly. No, that was perfect. That was perfectly said, and that's the thing too. Like I said, I like the song. The song was good. So I'm like, okay, you're definitely your father's son. You know what I'm saying?
He was raised by an artist. Now, as far as the anger issues and whatever else that you got with your dad, that's closed doors.
Y'all should go somewhere and go to a dinner or something,
and that's a whole family.
Out.
That's not just you and your dad. That's the whole. Everybody needs to sit down. There's a discussion that needs to be had.
See, black folk, you know what we're talking about? We're talking about healing. And that's something we don't do as a culture. That's something we don't do as a people. But that's what we need to do. You need to get with mom. You need to get with dad. You need to get with whoever and do some healing.
And therapy.
Therapy
is not a terrible thing.
Don't hate on it. Now listen, I go on record as telling my sister, not everybody needs therapy.
Or counseling, whatever you call it.
Or counseling, whatever. Not everybody needs it. But there are plenty of people who do need it. And it's not a bad thing, and I'm not mad at it. I've had plenty of therapy and counseling. I'm going to leave it at that. But my point being, some of it court ordered. I'm going to leave it at that. See, I'm talking too much anyway. First of all, when I get around my family, I get real loose. That's what happened. What can I say? Hey, Rick, give me some. Once again, Urban Politics, you know what it is. I want to thank you all for liking and subscribing as you do. Please, as soon as you're done with this video, go over to YouTube and like and subscribe. And as always, we'll see you around like a donut. Rick, you got something to say to the people before we bounce? You want to pump up your landscaping? How did you get a hold of your landscaping company?
614-522-9344.
There it is.
And we can provide landscaping and lawn care services for you.
Call the number. You know what I'm saying? Because they get it in.
Yeah.
And as always, we'll see you around like a donut.